The 60th anniversary specials have been a long time coming, but one of the good things about having to wait an entire year has been the speculation and fan theories. And with the big event right around the corner, I thought it would be the perfect time to talk about some of the wildest and most interesting ones. I'm Crispy for Who Culture, and welcome to 10 insane Doctor Who 60th anniversary theories. Number 10. The whole thing is set inside the Toymaker's realm. The return of the Celestial Toymaker has been one of the 60th anniversary's worst kept secrets ever since Neil Patrick Harris, pictured in a Toymaker's outfit, was announced to be joining the cast. But now that it's officially confirmed, there is a wealth of possibilities to consider. The Toymaker's first story took place entirely on his own soil, in the so-called Celestial Toy Room. This realm is completely controlled by the Toymaker. It's where his wicked games take place, and where his opponents remain if they fail to win. The 60th anniversary looks to be similar, with an old-fashioned toy shop shown in the trailers potentially being part of the new toy room. But could more of the story be set in the Toymaker's realm that meets the eye? Could the whole thing be one big, elaborate illusion designed to trick the Doctor? Could it? I don't know! That would most certainly explain some of the special's wilder elements, like the Doctor having an old face, crazy aliens like Beep the Meep and the Wrath Warriors showing up, and the fact that Unit somehow has a giant Avengers-style skyscraper? What? But on the other hand, the whole "it's a dream" trope is pretty tiresome by this point, and it's likely that Russell T Davies has something a lot more satisfying up his sleeve. Number 9. 10 and 14 will team up. When David Tennant was announced to be returning to Doctor Who, again, it was unveiled in a way that made it seem like the 10th Doctor was also returning. It soon became clear that that wasn't the case, and Tennant was officially confirmed as the 14th Doctor shortly after The Power of the Doctor aired. However, at no point has it been said that the 10th Doctor won't also appear. With Tennant back in the Whoniverse again, it would almost be weird if the production team didn't take the opportunity to get some new 10th Doctor material. After all, how many other actors can legitimately portray two separate incarnations? Perhaps the 10th Doctor could appear in a B-plot, or, the more exciting option, maybe he could appear alongside his successor, with the 10th and 14th Doctors sharing the screen together. It wouldn't be totally original to have two David Tennants on screen at once, but it would feel different this time, with the 10th Doctor interacting with an older, more experienced version of himself. Also, you can never have too much David Tennant. Number 8. There will be a musical number. Much has been made of the fact that Series 14 guest stars Jinx Monsoon and Jonathan Groff have previously performed on Broadway, but they're not the only ones. Neil Patrick Harris also has Broadway credits to his name, plus a host of other stage and screen performances. If Doctor Who is ever going to do a musical number, now seems like the perfect time. And could we have already caught a glimpse of it in one of the 60th anniversary trailers? One of the more intriguing shots shows Neil Patrick Harris in a toy soldier outfit, surrounded by rose petals. The outfit seems to be inspired by one of the 1966 Toymaker's playthings, while the petals potentially reference the 1999 movie American Beauty. Note too that the Toymaker's mouth is open as if he's singing, and he's also looking right into the camera. The show has included musical interludes in the past, most notably in Daleks in Manhattan, which included an actual Broadway performance, and we did just get a whole scene of the Master dancing to Rasputin. Ra, ra, Rasputin. Perhaps there's a story reason too, with the giggle of the third special transmitted not just through laughter, but through song. Either way, this rose petal shot definitely seems like the sort of heightened imagery you'd see in a full-blown musical number, doesn't it? Number 7. The 15th Doctor is at the edge. Ever since the 15th Doctor made his debut at the end of the first teaser, we've all been asking ourselves, what the hell is going on here? The plot thickened when RTD revealed that the cloudy background behind Ncuti's Doctor was a placeholder completely invented for the trailer, because the actual location would be too much of a spoiler. Since then, we've seen another shot of Ncuti in another location, wearing another outfit. Once again, what the hell is going on here? It's wildly speculated that the Toymaker had some involvement in the 13th Doctor's regeneration, hence why her clothes changed. And as we saw in The Power of the Doctor, there's a place the Doctor retreats to when their regeneration has been tampered with, the Edge. The orange sky behind Ncuti in the latest trailer does look a lot like the Edge, as it was previously depicted. Could this be the true background, edited out of the first trailer? Perhaps the 15th Doctor is trapped in his own consciousness, just like the 13th Doctor was. It would be a smart way to include Ncuti, plus other Doctors too, perhaps with new Who Guardians this time around. Number 6. Every Doctor defeats the Toymaker. It's been posited that the 60th will be a different type of anniversary story, with none of the usual multi-Doctor shenanigans. Nowhere is this better encapsulated than in the choice to include David Tennant not as the 10th Doctor, but as an entirely new incarnation. Multi-Doctor stories are notoriously a logistical nightmare. You have to get actors to commit, come up with a script that will do all of them justice, and contrive explanation as to why the Doctors don't look as young as they should do. Nevertheless, fans love seeing their favorite Doctors team up for a big old shindig, and no one's a bigger Doctor Who fan than Russell T Davies. Just imagine an Avengers Endgame style team up with previous incarnations coming together to help the 14th Doctor defeat the Toymaker. What would be cooler than that? If the Toymaker is responsible for bringing back Ten's face, then maybe this inadvertently allows other faces to return as well. It would be weird if the 60th anniversary wasn't multi-Doctor in some way. Getting everyone back is probably a pipe dream though, but never say never. Number 5. It's a celebrity historical about television. A Doctor Who anniversary should, in principle, celebrate all aspects of the show. The Day of the Doctor pulled this off by having a story that spanned all of time and space, with plotlines set in the past, present, and future. The 60th looks to be following suit, though little has been said about its historical elements. But the scraps we do have make for a pretty compelling theory. It all started when fans spotted a resemblance between the creepy face on screen at unit headquarters and Stooky Bill, a real-life dummy used by John Logie Bard as part of the first ever television broadcast. And from there, it all began to fall into place. Plans teased in a recent Who Spy image could easily belong to John Logie Bard, and he could even be the unknown actor entering the toy shop in the Christmas Day trailer. If correct, Logie Bard will likely appear in a guest capacity, much like Joseph Williamson in Flux. Doctor Who is no stranger to celebrity historicals. Even the 50th anniversary had Queen Elizabeth I as a major character, and it would be cool if the 60th was a celebration of not just Doctor Who, but of television itself. Number 4. Rose is part Time Lord. As with the Toymaker, fans caught on to the identity of Yasmin's Doctor Who character pretty quickly. She's Donna's daughter, Rose Noble. But could she be hiding more secrets? After all, her mum did experience a human Time Lord meta crisis. Although the Dr. Donna is no more, we know from the end of time that her mind isn't entirely free of Time Lord energy. If so, Rose could have inherited some of her mother's abilities. She could be part Time Lord. There's also the bizarre possibility that, because of the meta crisis stemmed from the Doctor's spare hand, he could technically be Rose's father. Please don't go there, Russell. Please, I'm begging you. We know from the trailers it seems that Rose discovers Beep the Meep early on, but if that theory is correct, her alien encounters will be more life-changing than initially thought, reawakening a part of her psyche that she wasn't even aware of. And if her mother's history is anything to go by, the consequences could prove fatal. Number 3. Clara the Clown Splinter. One of the wildest 60th theories concerns a character from the Toymaker's past. In his first story, we're introduced to the Toymaker's pawns, including a King and Queen of Hearts, a toy soldier and a cook, and 2 clowns. One of the clowns was male and 1 female. The male clown, Joey, inspired the wood carving glimpsed via Who Spy. The female clown is a whole other matter, because she was called Clara. Obviously, it's just a coincidence that the Doctor would acquire a companion of the same name decades later. Or is it? Given that Clara splintered herself across the Doctor's timeline, it's possible that the clown was her all along. If so, this would leave the door open for Jenna Coleman to return as part of the 60th anniversary celebrations, albeit in a very different form. Look, we know this one's nuts, but we did warn you in the title that some of these theories would be insane. And hey, putting aside the clown thing for a moment, the 60th anniversary would be a perfect time to bring back a former companion. Number 2. The Doctor relives past traumas. Special 2, Wild Blue Yonder, is shrouded in mystery and has been since the very beginning. We know that it contains the words Southampton, vegetable, and flux. We also know that it has another 5-word title which sums up the episode, but would give the game away. And to top it all off, the first footage released from this episode was covered with redacted text and glitch effects. Russell T Davies is clearly holding something back. But what, huh? What are you hiding, Russell? Wild Blue Yonder is theorized to be a bottle episode, a character piece between the Doctor and Donna, which lacks the scale of the other episodes, but makes up for it in other ways. The theory suggests that the Doctor and Donna will be trapped by the Toymaker and forced to relive painful memories in order to escape. Think The Final Problem, if you're a Sherlock fan. Hence why the Doctor can be seen shouting, "Why does it have to be this?" in the latest trailer. If true, this would be a perfect way to incorporate past Doctors and companions, with reenactments of the show's most distressing moments, companion farewells, previous regenerations, etc. Alternatively, perhaps Wild Blue Yonder is actually just a love letter to the US Air Force. Anything could happen at this point. All bets are off. I don't know. Number 1. The 14th Doctor is the true villain. Who is the main villain of the 60th anniversary? Is it the Toymaker? Probably, but we can't discount other possibilities. Perhaps Beat the Meep is secretly pulling the strings, or the Wrath Warriors, or perhaps the true villain will end up being someone much closer to home, the Doctor themselves. Sure, everything we've seen of the 14th Doctor so far would suggest otherwise, but David Tennant's previous Doctor did have a dark streak towards the end of his tenure. He let his ego get the better of him, taking on the laws of time and briefly becoming the Time Lord victorious. He saw the light in the end, but things might be different this time. Perhaps this Doctor will complete the job his other incarnations started, going past the point of no return in the fight to protect his friends. Maybe that's why this face came back in the first place. It's that Time Lord victorious ego forcing its way to the surface. As noted, Tennant's Doctors have form with this sort of thing, and he's not alone either. The 12th Doctor temporarily lost his cool in a big way when Clara was killed. We also still don't know how the dark incarnation of the Doctor known as the Valiard came to be, and a big anniversary story would be the perfect opportunity to reveal his origin. And that is it for our list. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you check out 10 things you didn't know about the 11th Doctor while you're here. You can find myself by looking up Crispy Pro on YouTube. I've been Crispy for Who Culture, and in the words of the 14th Doctor, Allons-y!